Alrighty, well, good morning, folks. We're back out here at the homestead this morning, and we're going to be working on clearing the pad for where the shop building's going. So we're going to get started on that this morning. I've already mowed off a lot of the weeds. The trees are cleared out of the way, but let me give you a show here. So we're out here. I've got it mowed off. Got the houses going over here behind where this pipe is. On the other side, that's where the house is going to be going. Got the D4K out here this morning. We're going to get it unloaded and get started. We're going to push all this topsoil off and get down to the yellow fill. Since I've got the equipment, I like to just go ahead and clear it all off so I don't have to any of it under there, get good compaction. Got a pile of it here left from where the house pad is. So I'm sure you can't see it, but we lose well over 2 foot of grade by the time you get over here, and it continues to fall off. So where this other line is of trees, we're going to push all the topsoil that way to use it to fill the back slope, and that way we've got the dirt where we need it in the long run. That way we're not moving it all over the place. But we're gonna push every bit of this out. I've got quite a bit of dirt to cut here to get down to grade. The whole property, we're on a high spot right here. So to make the high spot big enough to accommodate the whole compound, we're gonna push it down a couple of feet. I've got benchmark measured out at the street, so I know what elevation the house is set at, and basically I've worked grade off of that in order to know where drainage is going, where the water needs to go, and to know where this needs to go and water's going to fall and where it's going to shed. Low spot is this way, so all the gutters off the roof and everything are going to get trenched in that way. Probably end up doing a swell to keep the water, because it's so sandy out here. We'll keep all the water we can to grow some crop. Hopefully eventually put some critters out here that'll mow it down for us. Like I said, we're gonna get this whole pile here cleaned up. We cut a bunch of grade off of here. We're almost 3 foot cut by the time you get to that tree over there, and all that dirt got pushed out, because the same way that the shop is high on the other side, the house is high on the far side. We ended up adding over there to get to pad. So we're gonna do the same thing over here, and we'll see how much we can get done today. I have a surveyor coming in a couple of weeks to finish marking our corners because they didn't get done properly when we bought this, and I'm gonna put a corner pin in to rough out the size for where we're going with the shop pad, so we can get it all squared up and figure out where these corners belong. So not doing final grade today, but I want to get it within a couple of inches, so once I have my pins in, that I don't have a bunch of dirt to move to accommodate all this. But let's go ahead and get this chained and off the trailer and get started. Well, I just realized I had my phone turned the wrong way this morning, but the sun's up a little bit now. We're probably about an hour into it. I got all this cut out. This isn't all that needs to come out. We got a good portion. We're down to the yellow dirt. I got a little bit of crumbs in here, but I'm not going to worry about that. We got all this pushed out here. I'm going to see if I can stand back far enough and see if you can tell any kind of grade. But we are losing a bunch as we come to the left here. The last time I forgot, I had cleared some from the house. There ended up being some topsoil pushed over here, so I'm cutting well over a foot over here in the middle to get down to good yellow dirt. But we're a solid 3 foot from where the high spot was to now where we have the low spot. Basically, I've pushed a section out, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna start cutting, and I kind of just want to benchmark in somewhere close to where my grade's gonna be and start cutting over here to figure out, am I gonna end up with a surplus of dirt over on this end, or am I gonna be short because I have this whole pile over here to lose. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend a minute now that I've got it wide enough. I'm not gonna end up pushing over top of myself, and I'm gonna cut a section out here and just see kind of a guideline dirt wise what I'm going to end up with. I do have the laser with me. I'm going to set that up here in a little bit when we get close. Having a little bit of issue with the dozer here this morning. I forgot the other day Dad was running it and he couldn't get the blade to angle. I kind of just wrote it off that when I would run it, it would work. But now I'm having an issue with it's the same toggle switch just on the other joystick, and the speed for travel isn't working correctly. When you first start it up, it'll run fine for a little bit, and then next thing you know, it just starts going up. So it wants to go wide open right now, so I'm having a little bit of issue. I'm no expert dozer runner, and it wants to go 3 miles an hour, so having to fight with that. Basically, I'm loading the blade and burying it so it can't pull it that fast in order to overcome the problem here. So let's push this little bit out and see what it looks I started this video this morning, there was another row of trees here. I decided I didn't have enough room for my spoil pile without getting them out of the way. So I took this row out. I'm gonna get these last two out of the way, but on the other side where all this dirt is, I've got them pushed up all the way down there. Eventually all of them are coming out, but we're doing what we need to at this point. right, and this is where we're gonna end the day today. This one day of pushing. Got most of the pad in. This side is as far as we need to go to the boundary. We're plenty deep on this side. You've seen the time lapse. I ended up pushing the topsoil back a little farther, give me some extra room to get this off to the side and out of the way. Get some extra buffer, so once the building is up, we don't need to be as close. Getting some extra soil to slope off the other side. I am gonna build it so that we got some room that's flat next to the side of the building, basically to put a lean-to in the future if need be. Building is 50 by 100, so it'll be a lean-to on the 100-foot side opposite the house. So I wanted to make sure that I got this all pushed back far enough that we were clear. So I'm well past the building here. Ended up not building up as high as I thought it was gonna quite be on this end, but we're building quite a bit on that end. But here, maybe 8 inches once you got the topsoil out, another 6 inches. So we're gonna be a little over a foot of fill down here, I think. I'm gonna come and get some more of these crumbs out. This end still has some topsoil under it that needs to get pushed out before I bring this fill back in. But this is what it looks like. It's rough grade. I'd say the other end is within an inch. I got some high spots in the middle here, and then all this down here is high to finish pushing this way. Basically and when I say within grade, it's flat. So grade is kind of a relative term still. I kind of have a rough figure based on a benchmark that's out that I have marked on the street. So I know elevation above that where the house is, and then I'm dropping down for a driveway pass through between the house and the shop, and then what grade is going to be here below that. So it's all a measurement off a base. So that's how we're figuring it out here. But everything looks pretty good. We've had quite a bit of rain here recently, so got plenty of moisture in the soil, so it's compacting real good. Have quite a bit of issue in the past. This sugar sand that's out here in the old groves, it just gets so powdery like this. It turn around and it's just dust. So you get to pushing it with that dozer, and you really need wings on the side of it or something, because it all just flows like water out the side of the blade. You can't actually pile anything up in front of you to push. So really can't move much dirt with every push. It takes forever. It's annoying. But you're seeing the time lapse, constantly getting off and picking up this old irrigation pipe that was buried in there. I'm getting out what I can. There's a main that runs from this straight all the way up just to the side of the dozer. Actually right there is where it is underneath, and we're hitting most of that, and then it has laterals off of it. So we're getting those out of there, all the ones we hit. There's a bunch under the house that got pulled up too. We ended up moving a bunch of dirt today. A lot of topsoil over there piled up. Ended up stealing a little dirt off this pile, but I'm gonna need to get this pile moved out of the way. But that's where we end today. Probably one more day to come out here, push that, and then I've got the laser set up now for grade, and this is what we're using for grade, but I have a receiver that mounts on a rod that I have set up on the smaller dozer we have. it's not, this blade's, that C-frame and everything, every single pivot in this has got slop in it, so we are not going to use that for true final cut. But a little D21 Komatsu works pretty good, and I have that receiver that can I set up on there, so get it within an inch on this, and then that little one can make short work of getting it pushed out. But yeah, that's where we're at. One day, finish up the crumbs, getting that other side out, and push some more fill on the top, and the pad itself will be laid out. Put some corner posts in, pushing to get all this done because we have a surveyor come in probably about 3 weeks from now. At this point is when he's supposed to be out here, and we're going to get some corner pins in about 10 foot off the corners just to get a rough idea where it belongs, and that way all this is out of the way and I don't have to worry about running them over. So that'll be a wrap for today, and we'll catch you guys next time.